everyone. Myself Ifsa Samdani and I am a medical student. Today we will discuss about the composition of a solution. Okay, composition simply means concentration and solution in chemistry is a homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous refers here which is made up of a part that are all of same types, right? So homogeneous mixture of two or more substances in relative amount that can be varied continuously up to a limit is called solution. The term solution is commonly applied to the liquid state of matter, but solution of gases and solids are also possible. We will not discuss that here. So next is that same definition that I have told you. Homogeneous mixture of two or more substances whose relative amount can be changed within certain limits is called a solution. And the amount of solute dissolved in a particular amount of solvent known as the composition or concentration of the solution. So, solvent, the substance in which the solute dissolve and produce a homogeneous mixture, it is called solvent. It is a liquid state, okay, and it is present in greatest amount. On the other hand, solute is a solid particles that can be dissolved in a solvent to produce a solution, right? It can be expressed in a several units, okay. Some of the important ones are given ahead. So the units of this composition of solution are given ahead. Let's discuss that. The first one is mass percentage or the percentage by mass, W by W. Its name itself is suggesting that we have to calculate the percentage by weight. Okay, percentage, I think you have learned how to calculate percentage in any given thing. Okay, in mathematics. So we have to apply the same formula or the same concept of that mathematics term here. Let's take the definition. Mass percentage is defined as a mass of a solute in gram dissolved per 100 gram of solution. The gram of solute is given here upon the gram of solution. Okay. Here it is the main formula of this concept. The mass percentage of A here is solute. So mass of A in a solution upon total mass of the solution into 100. So let's do this practice problem. What is the mass percent of Na2SO4 in a solution made by dissolving 25 gram of Na2SO4 in 225 gram of water or the aqueous solution? So over here Na2SO4 is a solute and H2O is a solvent. In case we have to calculate the solution, we have to add both the quantities, right? So here it is given that the weight of solution or the weight of solvent Na2SO4 is 25 gram and the weight of solution should be 225 gram of water plus 25 gram of Na2SO4. The result will be 10%. Okay, it's easy. I hope you understand this concept. Now the next is the second one is volume percentage or a percentage by volume. It's same as that of mass percentage, but over here we have to calculate the volume percentage of a given substance or a given solution. Right? It's the same that let's see this formula. That's volume of solute upon the volume of solution into 100. It's indicated by this percentage and the solution is solute plus solvent. You know that. So we will not discuss much about this here. The next is gram per liter or G by L. It is the unit you can say which is a big mixture of both of the above units, this volume percentage and a mass percentage. Over here the gram of solute should be taken and the liter of solution should be taken, right? So the concentration of a solution in gram per liter refer to the amount of solute in grams present in 1 liter of a solution. That's what I have told you. Let's take the example. A solution of sodium hydroxide contains 12 gram of solute in 4000 ml of solution. Over here 4000 ml of solution is given. So we don't have to add the solute with this. Okay. What is the concentration of the solution in gram per liter? We just have to convert ml into liter. You know that 1000 ml, okay, 1000 ml is equals to 1 liter. Just to calculate this 4000 ml. 4000 ml will be equal to 4 liters, right? So over here it is given 12 gram, that is the mass of the solute, upon 4 liter of solution. It will give you 3 gram per liter of a solution. Okay, it's easy, I think. So these you have done with these three quantities or units. Let's move further. Molarity, the most important among all. Okay, this is an important unit widely used to express a composition of a solution. It is represented by capital M. It is represented by capital M and is defined as a number of moles of solute dissolved per liter of a solution at a particular temperature. Is called molarity. Temperature is given here, means it changes with temperature. Okay, and it depends on temperature, the molarity of a solution at that temperature, right? So it definition is defining that moles of solute upon the volume of solution in liters. It will give you molarity. Moles, you know how to calculate moles. Moles simply it is represented by N. So it simply means mass of a given substance or weight, you can see in gram, upon molecular mass. Okay, different element have different molecular mass, you know about that. So we just have to calculate moles over here. Moles upon volume will give you molarity. Let's take the practice problem. 250 ml of solution prepared from 5 gram of KOH, calculate the molarity. So over here the volume of solution is given, that is 250, and solute is given as mass, but we have to convert this mass solute into moles. So in case we have to divide this mass upon molecular mass of KOH. The atomic mass of K is 39. Now the atomic mass of K is 39 and the atomic mass of O is 16. The atomic mass of hydrogen and H is 1. So if we add 3 of them, we will get this 61.11. Okay, actually it's not 1, it's 1.008, and it's not 16, it's 15.8, and it's not 16, it's 15.99. But we don't need to calculate this much accuracy. Okay, now 200 so 250 ml should be converted into liter, that will be 0.25 liters. Now here we will, if we divide 5 by 56 by 0.25, we will get 0.356 moles. Okay, it is represent capital M here represented the molarity of the given solution. I hope you understand about molarity and how it changes. Now let's move to the next unit, that is normality. In this normality, it's same as that of molarity, but over here we just need to calculate the equivalent mass of a given solution. Equivalent mass, simply here is the formula of equivalent mass. It is simply the molar mass by valency. Over here this N doesn't means the moles of the solution, it means the valency of the given solution. Okay, and normality, the formula of normality is given here, the gram equivalent of the solute by the volume of the solution in liter. Okay, and for the gram equivalent, the weight upon the equivalent weight into 1000 by volume. Let's take the example. Let's take as the example which is given here. Calculate the normality if 1.8 gram of H2C2O4 is dissolved in 150 ml of a solution. Let's convert this ml into liter, that will be 0.15 liters. And first we have to calculate the molarity of the given solution. Okay, so in case of calculating the molarity, we just have to convert this gram into moles. So first 1.8 gram by 90 is a molecular mass of this molecule. It will come that 0.02. Okay, zero point 0.02, and this will be the moles. And if we calculate the molarity, that will be 0.2 moles by 0.15 liters, and it will come 0.133 molarity or the capital M. And let's calculate the normality. Normality is equals to molarity into the valency of the given molecule. The valency of this given molecule is 2. If you calculate the valency, it will give you 2. Okay, so here if we multiply 0.13 m into 2, we will get 0.267 n and represent the normality of a given solution. Okay, so that's it about normality. I hope you find the difference between normality and molality. They both are the most important units of the solution. Okay, the next one is molality. So molality of a solution is defined as a number of moles of solute dissolved per 100 gram or 1 kg of solvent. Okay, it is represented by small m. The molality was represented by capital M, but it is represented by small m. Molality actually represents the concentration of a solution in mole per kg. Okay, it is its concentration unit. And over here in molality, the number of moles should be divided by 1 kg of solvent. Okay, it's not 1 liter of solvent. Let's take as the example. Determine the mass of solvent in kg. Mass is equals to, you know about density formula. Density is equals to mass upon volume. So mass will be density into volume, right? If volume is given 500 liters or 500 ml, it will come to 500 grams. Here is a process how to calculate. You can calculate the molality. Okay, the question is not given here, so we will not discuss about the question. You just learn this formula, okay, for molality, right? So that's it about molality. Let's take the next unit of concentration, that is mole fraction. Okay, it is the most and frequently asked quantity among all. The unit is frequently used to express the composition of a liquid solution. Okay, the mole fraction of a particular component in a solution is the ratio of the number of moles of that component to the total number of moles of all the component present in a solution. Okay, it is independent of the temperature. So it is given here that is it is independent of that of temperature. Mole fraction and molality both are the quantities which is independent of the temperature, but the molality and normality are temperature dependent quantities. Okay, so for mole fraction, the formula is given here that mole fraction of X is equals to mole of solute upon total moles of solution. Okay, and mole fraction of X is total. If in case to find the total moles of solution, we have to add up the solvent amount and the solute amount, right? Let's take this practice problem. What is the mole fraction of each component in a solution in which 3.57 gram of sodium chloride is dissolved in 25 gram of waters? Okay, so the quantity is given here in mass. We have to calculate this in moles, okay, because it's mole fraction. So in case the molecular mass of NaCl will be 58.44. Okay, just divide 3.57 by 58.44, you will get this 0.0611 moles of NaCl, this quantity, and need to moles of water will be 25 gram by 18 gram of H2O, because 16 of oxygen and 2 of H2. Okay, it will give you 1.39 moles. Now in case of finding a mole fraction of NaCl, we should have to take the mole fraction of solute, that is NaCl, and total moles of solution. We have to add up both the quantities, 0.61, okay, and 1.39, and finally you will get this quantity, that is 0.421. Okay, and in case we just have to simply find the mole fraction of water, the same process is applied here, and you will get 0.958. So you see the difference between both of them, that the let me mark it. Oh, it's not shifting. The okay, you can see the difference between both the quantities, that water is in a high quantity and NaCl is present in lower quantity. So NaCl will be the solute, and over here mole fraction of solution The mole fraction of any given solution is always 1. Okay, you just have to remember that. If you calculate the solution, most of the solution, it will always come 1. You have to add the solvent amount, the mole fraction of the solvent and the mole fraction of the solute, and you will get 1. You can calculate this later. Okay, now the next is parts per million. Okay, this unit is used when the solution is very dilute. Now dilute means the solvent is present in larger amount, is much larger amount. Okay, that is very small quantity of a solute is present in a large quantity of solution. That's what I taught you. Okay, the parts per million of the solution is the mass by the solute present in 10 to the power 6 or 1 million parts by mass of the solution. Means this much amount of solution is present. Okay, part per million, gram of solute upon gram of solution into 10 to the power 6 or 1 million. This is the example given here, that 0.0043 gram of O2 is dissolved in 100 gram of water at 20 degrees Celsius. Express this in term of parts per million. Over here temperature is given, but there is no use of temperature. So part per million is equals to grams of solute upon grams of solution into 1 million, and that will be 43 parts per million. Okay, these all are the 9 units of concentration of solution. I hope you understand this, and thank you. Like and subscribe if you like my concepts.